If luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, then how do you prepare? Welcome back to the How to Get Lucky video series. If you happen to be new, I'm Janice. I'm a career transition coach and I help women get their dream jobs using a combination of strategy and mindset. If you missed the first and second videos of this series, I would strongly recommend going back to watch. There's some really good stuff there that you're not going to want to miss about beliefs. And I also talk about who I first heard my favorite definition of luck from and what about their story really resonated with me. So, first and foremost, preparation is an investment, right? It requires a certain amount of time and energy so that you're able to make sure that when an opportunity does present itself or when one crosses your path, you're actually ready. Now, the reason preparation is such a hit and miss for so many people is because we really want to make sure that that investment pays off. We only want to do something that we're absolutely positive is going to pay off in the exact way that we want it to pay off. The thing about the investments that you need to make when you're making preparations is you're not investing in the opportunity itself. Understand that what you're actually investing in is yourself. You become better, you understand more, you're able to learn quicker, you're able to move faster, you're able to make better decisions. Even if we know now that it's going to be an investment in ourselves, we still want to make sure that it is a right investment, and that is the smart investment, right? So we often look to what do we want to do next as what we're going to do to invest in ourselves or to prepare. And when I come across women who are in the job search, there are usually three different categories that they fall in. The first is a person who doesn't necessarily know what the heck they want to do. They're kind of undecided and indecisive about what's next. The second person is someone who wants to do what they think they should do or what they think is reasonable or what they think makes most sense based on what they've done before in the past, even if it's not something that they necessarily love or that lights them up inside. Finally, there's a third person who knows exactly what they want to do, but maybe there's a little bit of fear and uncertainty around whether or not that's something that they can actually pull off or if that's something that they'd actually be able to do. When it comes to making an investment in yourself through preparations for what you want to do next, my advice for making preparations is to follow your heart. And that is because what is in our heart is linked to our purpose. It's part of what we're supposed to be doing. It's part of why we're here in the world. And there's no way that you can waste time investing in that thing so that when an opportunity does come across your path, you're able to rise up with that confidence and competence, as well as that deep-seated purpose that's going to allow you to actually have a fulfilling career. Now that you're all clear on what that thing is that you want to develop in preparation for opportunities that are going to come your way, there are 4 other things that you are going to need. So the very first thing that you're going to need in order to be great at making preparations is that you're going to need a growth mindset. Basically, you believe that you have the capacity to grow. Now, the opposite of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. And that is someone who believes that there are just certain limitations that their brain just cannot overcome. For example, you may hear people say things like, I'm just not a great writer. Like, I'm just bad at names. I just don't understand coding. I just am not a people person. I don't know how to talk to strangers. A growth mindset is so imperative to preparation because you can't go into preparation thinking that there's a certain limit or that there's something that's above you. Some people might simply call this confidence, that you actually believe in yourself. Whatever you want to call it, make sure you're aware that you can do anything that you need to do in order to prepare for an opportunity. The next thing you're going to need to do in order to fully prepare for an opportunity is that you're going to have to take action in the presence of confusion. If you've watched any of my previous videos over on reflective growth, then you already know that I preach action all the time. I'm like a broken record. Action is important first and foremost because it dials down that fear monster that we all have inside of us. We're afraid of what's going to happen. At the end of the day, you just won't know until you do something. Through action, you also gain clarity. There are certain moments of realization or ahas that you just won't ever come across or won't ever be privy to if you don't actually do the thing. All of the research in the world won't help you if you aren't able to actually go out and try. So that brings me to the very next part of being able to be prepared, and that is being consistent. You can't show up once and say, oh, I tried, it didn't work. No, ma'am. You gotta keep showing up. Yes, so that you're able to actually meet the opportunity when it comes around, but mostly for yourself. You need the consistent development, the consistent practice. When an opportunity comes, someone is going to be able to see that consistency inside of you. Even if they don't see that actual work, they'll see the evidence of that consistency in you. It will shine through. And lastly, you need to be consistent, if for nothing else, because of the level of discipline it develops inside of us. Because even in the presence of your talent and your abilities and your capabilities, your disorganization or inability to handle conflict or inability to actually persevere, lack of discipline will completely ruin a good thing. Okay, the very last thing that you need to do in order to make sure that you're prepared for opportunities is that you have to leave your ego at the door. Let go of your pride. Letting go of your ego and your pride is absolutely important because it will tell you some of the biggest lies to prevent you from actually doing what you need to do in order to get better. Girl, don't say that. You're gonna sound stupid. And don't take that internship. People are gonna wonder why you're working backwards. Isn't that job a backward step? You are so much better than that task. Do not do that. Call your boss and give her a piece of your mind. You really don't need help. Keep doing it the way that you're doing. You got this. Tell them to mind their business. The best way to recognize certain things that are definitely your ego and definitely your pride is, have you done certain things, have you said certain things that have held you back from being able to prepare for certain opportunities, but you still justify them. If you're justifying negative behavior or unhelpful behavior, then it's probably your ego at play. Not just in the negative things that you may do to sabotage your success, but also in the things that you don't allow yourself to do. And look, I am not a psychologist and I can't tell you what to do, but I can say that it will directly affect your ability to be progressive. So my advice is to have the courage to be truthful with yourself. You're going to have to do certain things that are going to make you uncomfortable, especially if you're used to doing things another way. If all else fails, stop worrying about how you look to other people. So if you do all of those things, you will absolutely, no doubt, no questions asked, be prepared for an opportunity when it comes your way. If there's anything there that really stuck out to you or that you really want to talk more about, definitely leave it in the comments. I really want to hear what resonates with you, because your level of preparedness is also going to determine your ability to be able to recognize an opportunity when it does come your way. How much would it suck to do all of that preparation only to not see an opportunity for what it is and letting it pass you by? That is what we're going to talk about in the very next video. How to recognize opportunities. This is so important and you do not want to miss it. So be sure to make sure that you're following Work So Flow so that you don't miss when it's posted. See you then.